Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome to the weekly timetable for the week of January 4th, 2015. Man, we haven't had a timetable since last year. Whoa. And I haven't had a timetable in my robe since last year, which my mom decided to comment on, and I wear my robe because it's nice and comfortable, and I don't have anywhere to go on Saturday or Sunday. So, hi, robe. Anyways, this video we had 5 weeks. No, this week we had 6 videos. First being on Monday, Simulation Protocol Overload Episode 12. Home something. Home Sweet Home. I need to mouse over these titles before I go to say them out loud, or else stuff like that happens. I have no idea what I'm talking about usually. Anyways, as Home Sweet Home would entail, we find the Victory Monument at long last and get to put our first wolves up on it. Now, that's one of the cooler parts. One of the other cool parts is finding a trap. Now, we haven't had a lot of outright traps. I mean, we've had a lot of very dangerous areas. We've had a lot of mobs that are very, very difficult to deal with, and sometimes I feel like we do these areas in definitely the wrong order, and end up being in a lot of trouble with said mobs and losing a lot of gear. Thankfully, a lot of the stuff is pretty infinite, including our lives. If it weren't, we'd be in a hell of a lot of trouble. But we found our first, I think it's our first honest-to-goodness trap. It's the first one that I remember, and it's really, really cool. And I mean, it's not complex or anything, but it took me so off guard. It didn't hurt me. Thankfully, I got out of the way in time. It didn't hurt me, but the fact that the map maker thinks like that is devious and perfect. I love it. I want more stuff like that, like people like Vex. When they made their maps, when they made the incredibly difficult maps, they would throw stuff at you that weren't brute force. They were designed to make you think, make you second guess. So now, that was underneath a spawner. And you think you run up to a spawner and go, oh, gotta get this destroyed so that we don't have more mobs in here and things aren't dangerous. So you destroy it and it'll blow up the room. Well, that leads you to a dilemma. Like, am I going to destroy the spawner or am I going to inspect it first? You know, it's just one of those things.
Night vision potion.
Hold on! I'm gonna kill the spawner. I don't actually have a...
Uh-oh.
You get it, Chris.
Oh my god, it's a trap!
It's a trap!
Run!
What's a trap? Uh-oh.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Whoa.
Jesus, first trap, that was pretty sick.
That was the
Whoa.
best. That was the best.
I just turned back and there's explosions.
Map Maker, continue doing that. That was the best. That
That was actually sick.
reminded me of Zisto, and you're awesome. Uh-oh.
That was actually really cool. Okay, guys, so when you break spawners, watch
There's
out.
got a shovel.
Anyways. On Tuesday, we had Trainman Plays Crusoe's Locomotion, episode 162. New yard, same problems. And that's precisely what I'd say about this episode. I mean, we have... Oh, hi, fat cat. We have a brand new yard, which looks just like the old one. You know, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. We've got new trains coming into them, which are very similar to the old ones. And, they just can't do it. They can't figure out how to get to the yard and out the other side. It's terrible. Not out the other side. It's a dead-end yard. They can't figure out how to get into the yard. They don't like switching over more than one track. It must have something to do with the signal blocks and the fact that the insulation is built in like that. I mean, I spent way too long. Working on that, insulation for them to, you know, I spent way too long trying to get everything sorted out, and I think I almost have right now. But it's very, very tricky kind of touchy situation, because these guys will get stopped up for no reason at all, and it's just, dear God, man, you know what I mean. Good, the Hudson's backed up. I'm sure the other Hudson... Yep, there's the other Hudson. I'm sure the Hudson doesn't want to cut across. Do a storage track. They never do. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, because well, they don't have much to do with you. On Wednesday, we had War Thunder episode 40, Water Bullets. Now, this episode was great. Not necessarily for the content in action, but the content in dialogue that we had with some people over the chat. You'll see in the clip, which is, of course, a more action-y clip. You'll see in the clip in the chat when, right up near the end, somebody says something like, "You're a tampon?" I don't know what the hell kind of insult that's supposed to mean. Or what the hell kind of insult that's supposed to be. Because for reasons that I'm not going to bother getting into. But, the top of the chat, the most recent one, there's a little talk about water bullets. Because there are ground bullets in the game, which are used against ground targets specifically. And somebody said use ground bullets, and of course, there's a joker in the chat who says use water bullets. Because it's a water map and we're dealing with ships. So of course you use water bullets, and people were joking, "Oh, they're just evaporating at the end of my gun." And someone said, "Well, you need to install the proper water guns," and I joked that you need super soakers. And then later we got on this map where we talked about our planes not having horns and trees getting in the way. It was some fantastic dialogue there. Like the episode is far better for that content than it is for the actual plane content.
I'm huge, and the babes go wild.
Any chance I can hit one of those with that bomb?
Oddball!
Hang it! I'm flying into this massive ball of enemies. Maybe my gunners can shoot some of them down, but I'm probably a dead duck.
I'm back and I have pizza, so I kinda can't fly.
I am in oddball.
This is war. There's no time for pizza. Gentlemen, you
Viva
can't
la
fight in
Italia.
here. This is the war room.
Viva la Italia.
I'm so dead.
Viva la Italia!
How am I still alive? Oh no, my wing.
Because Italia.
Because
I'm not in that plane. Turn right side up so I can bomb the sucker. No. Splash. On Thursday with the Zombie Train episode 104, Fast Work. And fast work is exemplified in the fact that it wasn't necessarily me working very fast because I was distracted, but that's kind of what kept me working. Marco, what's the matter? That's what kept me working. The fast work is more about the speed at which the video was replayed, which was 450%. It's faster than we've ever had a video before. It's probably faster than I've sped up anything in the past. I think the most I've done is 4 times. But, yeah, no, that's... You look at the video and I'm doing stuff wicked fast. Wicked fast. We also talk about the Iron Horseman Chronicles quite a bit. Far the fastest episode yet. And I mean that sincerely, because what I'm trying to say is, this is at 4.5 times speed. That's 450% of normal video speed. Which is quite fast for something we've done. And it's, justified. There was about 2 hours and some odd number of minutes of footage put into this episode, all in one go. So I literally just sat down and I find that I'm actually a little bit more productive when I'm talking to people, especially with stuff like this. On Friday we had Train Man... Oh, that's not right. That says Train Fever. Let's fix that right now. It's supposed to say Train Man's Fever, episode 19, Through Town. The reason it's called Through Town is because we go through town. We have many millions of dollars. And with those many millions of dollars, we can demolish just about everything. We can finally follow the advice of the bulldozer tool. Demolish everything. No, we haven't quite gotten there yet. I'm not going to remodel a town from the ground up like I know some people have, but maybe one of these days I'll sit down and go, you know, I really don't like this town. It can die. And then watch it regrow from the ground up. When you're paused, you can just delete all those buildings and not worry about it. It's kind of funny. Marco, what's the matter? Well, if I put it like here, then that might work. We just have to get rid of a lot of things. It's fine. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I don't want to destroy the entire district, but I guess It's just the way it is. There. Oh. Our last video of the week is Space Engineers, episode 22? 23, the first pieces. Now these are the first big pieces of the carrier that we're putting together. The carrier that doesn't have a name yet. My idea is Hyperion, just because I feel like it's a name that suits something very large and kind of lumbering. I don't know the etymology behind the name Hyperion. I could look it up. I probably will, because now I'm kind of interested. But I pulled it from an old book. Don't remember what the book was called. Something Airborne, B-O-R-N. I don't even know. Maybe, maybe not. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I read it, so that's why I'm a little rusty on it. But we put together the first pieces of the carrier, which is fantastic. And we also talk about pirates.
I watched a video about that this morning.
No good.
Yo, how doodly dee we, you are a pirate.
We are a pirate.
We.
Together. Here are plates construction components must do.
We plural are a
Here
pirate.
are plates.
Technically, we are space pirates
Yes.
We are?
because we've been
Yeah,
stealing
well, we attack
two
them
ships.
and then we steal them. We're pirates. That's exactly what we do. But space piracy is like
Oh,
the
swag.
basis of this game. I mean, building stuff, yeah, but like, yar. For the video of the week, we have two candidates. I haven't been, quite up to par on candidates lately. Anyways, first one is CN Train Blows Turbo in University Park. Now, people always tell me, I'm not sure if it's CN or CP is the CSX of Canada where they're derailing all the time. But it doesn't matter because the maintenance crews on that train are going to have a hell of a night. There is sparks, there is fire. It looks like this engine is basically going to explode. It's needless to say, it's having a bad time. Both of these are actually train related. The other one is Train vs. Chicken. This one takes the video of the week for just being a short, little entertaining video. In China, little passenger service, I guess. I wasn't sure whether to call it excursion or not. I don't really know. It's narrow gauge. It looks like those little clay railway engines with the 080s with the absolutely tiny wheels. I don't know too much about Chinese steam or Chinese anything really, so that's we've kind of reached the end of my knowledge right now. But it's just the age-old question: why did the chicken cross the tracks? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next week. Say hi to Zoe down there in my on my on my left side, on your right side, and hey Zoe. No, never mind. And Marco over here on my right. And we'll see you next week. Trainman out.